I can't believe the year is almost over. I mean, what a year it's been. Especially when it comes to pop culture, I feel like we had one of the best years of the best decade. Even though we had a lot of hits, none reached the popularity of Wicked in my eyes. So, after the incredible success of The Wicked, Part 1, one of the best Broadway adaptations of all time, it is now time to talk about the second film, which is officially titled Wicked for Good. As many of you know, the first film made a huge impact with its box office success, performances, and music, and now all eyes are on the second film. So, without further ado, let's explore all the details. First of all, I think we can all agree that we weren't too thrilled with the naming convention of Part 1 and Part 2, so the decision to change the second film's title to For Good was a really good call. It makes both the movie and the story feel much more meaningful. Are you also pleased with the name update? Let me know in the comments below. Now, let's talk a bit about the musical and its box office performance of the first movie to get a grip on what to expect from the second movie as well. As many of you know, Wicked, Part 1 hit theaters on November 22nd and has already grossed over $359 million domestically and more than $524 million worldwide. The domestic gross is now the highest for any Broadway adaptation, and it's the second biggest stage-to-screen adaptation worldwide, following the 2008 Mamma Mia with $611 million. Needless to say, that's a huge achievement. Did you watch the first movie yet? How did you like it? Can't wait to hear your thoughts about it. For me, the first movie was perfect, but felt a bit incomplete. Thankfully, the second film is confirmed. Universal needed a musical wizard for this much-anticipated adaptation, and they chose director John M. Chu for the job. The cast includes Ariana Grande as Glinda, Cynthia Erivo as Elphaba, Jonathan Bailey as Prince Fiero, Ethan Slater as Bach, Michelle Yeoh as Madame Morrible, and Jeff Goldblum as the Wizard of Oz. The cast will remain the same for the second film. Are you all as excited for the second film as I am? Let me know in the comments below. Now, let's talk about the second film's plot. As you know, the plot of the first film told the story set before, during, and after The Wizard of Oz, focusing on Glinda and Elphaba's time at Shiz University, how they were forced to room together, and eventually became the closest of friends. And now, with the second movie, The Wizard of Oz finally enters the chat. I think the second film will feel like a whole new beginning. It's going to have a much more exciting and intense atmosphere. Our director agrees. Chu teased the second half of the Ozian story in an interview, saying that the follow-up film is a doozy, at least emotionally speaking. I didn't know the context of where we'd be in society right now. It becomes 8 times more relevant than before when you're talking about truth and consequences of making the right or wrong choices, he said, and added, "It's intense." To me, this means that we should expect major changes in Oz, and the events leading to Glinda and Elphaba's destinies becoming set on an inevitable path will be much more pronounced in the second film. As the tension builds, we will not only explore the magical atmosphere of the musical, but we'll also dive deep into the characters' inner journeys. We'll likely see the characters question their identities, the consequences of their choices, and their friendships more than ever. What are you most expecting to see in The Wicked 2? Drop your theories in the comments below. What about For Good's release date? Well, after a few months from the first film's release, we can probably expect For Good to be released towards the end of 2025 or the beginning of 2026. Given the production timeline, it will take some time to complete filming and post-production. Considering the film is a massive production and will require heavy visual effects, we can expect about a year of post-production work. In Ariana's latest Instagram reel, the date of November 21st, 2025 is mentioned, but it's unclear whether it's the trailer release date or the actual movie release. Given the success of the first film and the huge excitement, it is given that the producers will be very careful with the marketing for the second film. One thing is for sure though, the trailer's release will be a key moment for us to get into the mood for the second film. Taking all of this into account, I'm certain that the release of For Good will be a major event in 2025. Are you excited for the second movie, or do you think the first movie was more than enough? Let me know in the comments. For more updates on the Wicked franchise, make sure to like and follow. Meanwhile, the video on the screen might also interest you.